Okay, so that game was demoralizing. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that. I've seen teams lose, and I've seen the Giants lose before, but I feel like this was worse than the Cowboys blowout. To be honest, in my opinion, it just seemed like we were incapable of stopping them from getting to Daniel Jones. There's nothing that we could have done. I'm like their D line was doing tricks. They were performing stunts on our O line. They did whatever they want. They were trying out. I'm pretty sure they were trying out special like little signature moves on the dudes we had blocking for Daniel Jones. There's nothing that they could have done. They didn't give Daniel Jones a second back there. And then oddly enough, the times, I'm about to contradict myself. The times that they did give Daniel Jones a few seconds to throw, he made like the weirdest decisions, or he just held on to the ball. It's either if he wasn't scrambling or getting it out within like a second to some dude on the flat, whether that be Wandale Robinson or Matt Breida, that was it. That's all we had. We couldn't push anything downfield. I don't know who's coming up with these game plans, and I think you should know, or maybe this was their answer to not having blocking, is these short little quick, replace the run game with just little short dump offs, quick slants, quick reads. It's just not part of Daniel Jones' repertoire to pull off quick timing throws, it seems. It seems if anything goes array, or the wide receiver just like runs the route a little bit off, he's throwing a pick. He's not noticing that, and he's not like making a good decision. He's just throwing a pick. And that's exactly what happened on that pick six. He was expecting Campbell to run a hook. I don't know what Campbell really did. I think he tried to like do a kind of like a little in route or a little slant. I don't know what kind of option route Campbell was running, but it wasn't the hook Daniel Jones was looking for, and he threw it straight to the defense. Like, everybody's frustrated. People are fighting. I don't think we're hearing, but I don't think the team's hearing the message from Brian Daboll anymore. And I'm like, was it a one-year wonder? Was it the veterans that we had last year at the time that we just don't have anymore? Were they the one holding things together? And it wasn't really Daboll's message? Because this year looks crazy. We look insane. We look nutty out there. All the penalties, just bonehead penalties, brain neutral penalties. It's like no one's out there thinking. They're just reacting. They're just getting in their feelings. Again, like I said, fighting, penalties for that. Every play is a penalty. If we do something good, look out for the flag because there was a penalty on it. It's looking crazy. It's looking really spooky for the Giants. I'm not sure the season can be fixed at this point. I don't think we could come back from this point. I think we got like Miami and the Bills up next. That's 1-5. You cannot sit here insanely think to yourself that the Giants have a chance against the Bills, or the Giants have a chance against Miami. Who's gonna cover these speedsters Miami's got? There's no way. We don't have a run game. We don't have a passing game. We don't have wide receivers. We brought dudes in. We haven't created any game plan for these fast. We have fast guys that should be able to get open, get in their routes with effort, cut, get open for Daniel Jones. If they do, it's to no avail because he doesn't have time to throw the ball. So it's like a snowball of the line not doing well. Daniel Jones, when he does get that 1 or 2 or 3 times a game time to throw, he's just not making, he's not reading the field right. Maybe because he's just like either gun shy or just sack drunk from getting sacked so many times. It's real hard. It has to be really hard to get sacked like damn near 100 times and then just still sit back there and try to like act like that's not happening to you. Like you're not just about to get sacked again. Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't know what to think. I don't think there's anything to look forward to. Is Brian Daboll on a hot seat? Should he be? Definitely, I think Kafka should be, because I don't know what kind of offense, what kind of game plan on offense this is. The defense looks kind of like very susceptible to the run, especially. We're not really stopping anything in the air anyway. I think they just run the ball so much that it may seem that we're providing some resistance against the pass, but I think we we just can't stop the run, so they just run as much as they want. I think we've created a culture, or I think the Giants have created a culture, and I don't know where this stems from. I don't know if this comes from the front office, or is this something that's festering from the ownership or something that's just pulsating throughout the organization, that ever since the couple of Super Bowl runs that we had earlier in the beginning of this millennia, we have just not been able to grow any players, draft any players, scout any players, pick any players from free agency that are worth anything, curate any talent homegrown at all. Like, the announcer said something during the game that I was shocked to hear. And it is true that we have been trying to address the O-line. We drafted in each of the rounds O-linemen. I don't remember if they said it was like how many past seasons we've done that, or if it was just this season. But we've tried to address the O-line. It is to no avail. We just can't figure it out. We can't pick the guys that are good. So maybe we got to clean house or something. The Giants just have to clean house. Of course, ownership, the Giants ownership, they're very slow moving, very slow to react. That's been their mantra. Hard hat and lunch pail. Don't change much. Just grit it out. But times are changing. We can't even beat people in our division. We can't beat the teams in our division. The teams in our division are beating the brakes off of it. You cannot honestly, again, as a Giants fan, you cannot honestly look at the schedule, see the Cowboys or the Eagles coming up, and then think to yourself that we can actually win that game or feel confident. You could probably say that we could win, but you're not confident in that. And that's just where we are right now. We can't compete in the division. We used to at least be able to compete out of the division and get some wins there. But I just think every other team or every other organization in the division just has their head on their shoulders, and they're building their teams right. They're building their teams to be competitive within the division, and in turn, they're building teams to be competitive out of the division. They're beating whoever is on their schedule, whoever is showing up on their schedule. They're is like, pull them up, they're knocking them down. We can't say that. We can't look at the schedule. They're like, is there anyone remaining that I don't even know how we beat Arizona, to be honest. Like, could we beat Arizona again? Look at that team. They were twerking our own line. They were doing whatever they wanted. They're blitzing, they were taking turns, sacking Daniel Jones. Like, for a team that had gotten maybe like 5 sacks so far, what did he get, like 9-10 sacks in this game? In one game? It's like, if you look at the Giants on your schedule, the Giants are a get-right game. The Giants are like the team where you can like, let's try this on. Let's see if this works. Dust off that play off the playbook. Like, let's see. Like, the only teams that we could beat is if they just completely disregard. They don't practice for us whatsoever. They just see us on the schedule and just like, I don't have to worry about the Giants. That's probably the only team we could beat. Some team that just like didn't look at any tape or film on the Giants and just like went in there cold. Like, it looks crazy. It looks nuts out there. It looks nutty. The Giants look insane. They look terrible. This is the worst I think I've ever seen the Giants. At least before they could put up points. Like, yeah, maybe they lose, but they would at least score, at least kick up some field goals. It looks nuts out there. And then again, the time where they actually fumble fuck into the red zone, pick 6. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. There really isn't anything more to say about that game. We'll see how things go for the rest of the season. At this point, it's like, could you just tank? I mean, it's Caleb's season, man. It's Caleb's season out there. It's getting spooky for Daniel Jones. And I have nothing against Daniel Jones. He just doesn't seem to be a good fit for this team. He needs an O-line. You're going to have to draft a quarterback that just doesn't need an O-line. You're going to need to draft a CJ Stroud. You're going to need to draft a Burrow. Somebody could just like get sacked 8 times a game and then still somehow put up points, still find somebody every once in a while for some chunk yards just to get pressure off of him. Because now it's just like you could just pin your ears back and just blitz the hell out of the Giants. They're not going to do anything. He's not going to make the right decision to burn anybody off a blitz. He can't burn anybody off a blitz with that O-line. Very one-dimensional, very easy to game plan against. We're not pushing the ball down field. Nobody on our offense is dependable, really. I mean, Wandale looked all right. Glad he's back. That's it, man. That's it.